Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our co-host, Portia Williams here.
Yeah, she'll be back. Oh, there she go. There
There's
go Portia.
Portia.
There go Portia. Portia, meet Akbar and Cheryl.
Hold on, let me see.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's check it
Never
out.
happened for me.
Why it never happened for you,
Wait a
Cheryl?
minute, I've been to the motherland. I saw all my relatives, but it never happened for me. You need to write a book and stop playing.
I'll write part 2 for you. I've never seen anything so big. What's the carrots on that? Don't act like you don't know
so
either.
Modest.
Don't act like, just tell me, because I've never seen nothing like it.
You know how big it is
Just tell me,
because
just
it's
tell me.
3 dudes outside with guns and briefcases. You know how big it is.
It's a lot of love.
It never happens for me. Never happens.
Can I take a guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
Don't guess, Akbar.
I just want to know. I've never seen anything that big before.
Akbar,
Is that
Gbajabiamila.
5 carrots?
Well, hell no. Bill ain't bigger than that. Don't
Yeah.
disrespect her like that.
I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen
disrespect
it.
her like that.
Thank you.
Not 5.
So lower or higher?
Oh, he's trying to play with Portia.
What is this, a
I
game
don't
show?
know. I
Get
don't
the
know.
Vaseline.
Put it in his face
Okay.
again. Put it in his face again,
Can you
Portia.
give him your glasses?
There it is. No, you supposed to do it. No, you supposed to do it like the old school when they had a little diamond thing in there.
Okay, I'm gonna go. One more guess. One more guess. 8.
Guess.
8.
We're in the teens.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
oh, okay,
In
never
the
mind.
teens, like season,
All right, well,
like season 13 in the
That's
talk.
right. That's when you
Get
got
up there.
He
Teens.
loves me.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have Sheryl Underwood and
Yes.
Akbar. I cannot pronounce your last name. I'm not going to try.
Gbajabiamila.
There you
Who
go,
should
Cheryl.
know better.
Gbajabiamila.
there
That's
you go.
right, because when we
Gbajabiamila,
get
yep.
in the teens, see, that's when that's called the red snapper. It's a lot of girls out here doing it for Happy Meals. No. This is what the goal is
It's a
supposed to
snap
be.
and turn.
That's right. Do it for love and diamonds. Okay, what's happening?
Man,
What y'all
Cheryl,
want to
you
know?
look good. You done
Thank
slim
you.
down.
Oh.
Listen to me. I had to focus on my health. Shout out to Dr. Zori Morel. Shout out to Metamucil. Shout out to everybody. I'm going to try to talk to people about it. Weight management, they talk to you about weight management as if it's some compulsion or willpower issue. But some people need medical intervention. Praise God. Diabetes almost gone.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
high blood pressure almost gone.
Your high
Doctor
cholesterol
wanna give
too?
me- Absolutely.
Okay.
But lab work, nice.
Wow.
Make you want to move, make you want to eat better. Then I'm hanging out with Akbar to go to the gym on the lot every morning.
Wow.
Every morning. I'm trying to hang, but I'm trying to get this body right here so I can get them carrots.
Yeah.
You know, not just carrots to eat, carrots to wear.
The first thing she said when she
what-
walked in there was,
Where Drew, yeah,
Who trying to get that?
who trying to get that dope?
Okay, tell because
So
you
I
showed
was the
me.
one who brought it to her. So, you know, I
What'd you
check
say?
you guys out all the time, and I saw Drewski on here talking about y'all asked him who's got the best backside in the biz, and he was like, man, Cheryl, and y'all had to like Sheryl Underwood. He's like, yeah, and then
Well, first
and
did
then,
he say brown skin or something? And
He
I
was
was
describing you.
Right,
He was
and I
describing
was
you.
like,
and then you
and I
helped
was
him
like,
out.
About your backside.
Yeah, but I was like, who he talking about? Who he talking about? He talking about some more? He talking about, because these are all my colleagues and everything. So by the time he got to my name in the clip, I was like, oh, really?
Yeah, and then he went into more talking about what he would do and
with it.
listen, and I was just like,
He trying to come get babysat by grandmama?
he said he would eat booty or something.
He said he'd eat the bunkie and all that.
Oh, so what he wanted? He want a pony? What he want? A tricycle? what he trying to get? How old is he?
Would you date a younger man? I was going to ask.
Yeah, but I'm not putting in all that work. He gonna have to bring somebody with him. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna tag out. Okay, out here making these sandwiches for you young people.
He 28.
Yeah.
He 28.
28.
He 28.
Oh,
that's a little young.
I got a job. I got to go to work at the Talk every day. I can't be doing that. I be late for the show all the time because he done put the sleeper hold up. You know how young boys are. All they do is play PlayStation, eat cereal, and snack on people. I'm like, I'm late for work. What time is it?
And Cheryl's always the first one there.
Absolutely.
We're always racing between who's the first one on the lot.
because you know why.
Yeah, I mean, why?
Yeah, right, because we got to be there. Like, we're the black people.
Because y'all black. I get it. I get it.
That's right. But wait a minute, would it be wild if we did get together and you saw him driving my car and all up on the lot, then we going on tour together and everything?
He's a comedian too.
That's what I'm saying. Make this money. I'll wait.
Well, Portia said any man that eat bunkie isn't eligible to get married.
No, he's not.
What?
He's saying that a man can be eating bunkie and approach you and say he want to be with you, and you're supposed to kiss him in the mouth and marry him. And I said no.
Okay. I would like to rebut that. I think if someone is a giver, then you should be able to have a embrace, a kiss.
But what if he is a known bunkie eater?
Well, you
not
ain't-
just like,
okay,
oh,
hold- okay.
special. I did my ex-wife. I did my baby mama.
Oh,
He's
I'm
like,
not
this
going
what I
after
like to
her.
do.
You can't come kiss me after you done did that.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what she mean.
That's what
she
I'm
mean,
saying.
If okay, let's say it was going down.
Yes.
If we was having the Porsche party, and old boy was, and then he come back to me. No, that ain't how that go, Playboy.
Yeah.
You can come to me.
No, she don't even want her husband to eat her bunkie. She
No,
does.
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay, because I'm about to
block my
blessings.
If you ate bunkie in the past and now you in a new relationship, that's fine.
A new monogamous?
Yeah.
Yes. Is there some dental care happening? Some
Thank you. Thank you.
Can we get
Clean your teeth.
Don't forget mouthwash.
Little Listerine.
Yeah, and you need to.
And I need you to get some new veneers because I don't know
Yes.
what's between them.
And
Yes.
I need you to have your gastrointestinal work done. 'cause
Thank you.
All that? Yeah, you choking down perch and snapper and whiting and all kinds of
You
stuff.
might have to do a COVID test
And
too.
you better know it.
Oh, let's talk about the talk. CBS PR back here having a fit.
But wait a minute. But when y'all was talking about it, they was back there going, yo. They was like, Ron, did you get the shot? Get the shot. They was like, okay. Both of them was like, okay. The breakfast club.
Now, Cheryl, you the longest running co-host.
Yeah, you know it.
So do you feel like pressure to guide like the newbies?
No, you know what? Jerry O'Connell, Akbar that had two dudes on the show. We got that dude discussion. You know, we have Dion came on. We had a lot of guests and everything. So it's a good energy. Then we got Natalie Morales. You know, nobody has. You might have a Latina on your panel. You don't have one leading and moderating your panel. So we always making history
Very
over at the
diverse.
talk. Diversity has always been at the talk table. Then we got Amanda Clue. Let me tell you something. Don't say nothing. That girl bad. You see that girl legs, man? If I was that tall, I'd be using it.
She bow-legged.
But
No, listen.
I would say you do lead. I mean, I think you're like you don't have to say much to lead. You know what I mean? Like your presence, like what you bring to the table.
You see how I stopped talking when you
Yeah,
start
yeah,
talking,
yeah.
so I'm not really leading.
No,
nothing.
but no,
you
I
put
really
that
do feel like
Nigerian
you-
American voice on me. I was like, yes, you're absolutely right.
It's kind of like being in the locker room when you got that veteran presence in the locker room. They don't have to when I walked into the locker room, there was Jerry Rice. He didn't have to say I'm the leader. You just,
Right.
you know,
Yeah, true.
so you do. You know what I mean? You
I like
just
that.
carry. You got
Did you
that
get
aura.
that, cameraman? Did you get that?
Yeah.
Send it back there so we can play it tomorrow. I am the leader, unofficially. Unofficially. I like to be the anchor. I like to have, being the old head, remembering all the great guests that we had and still have. You know, the talk is a great place to come because we're going to talk about it and be about it. So I like being the old head. I like being old school. And I like that God had put me in a position to be settled enough that whatever comes out of people's mouth is cool in the game.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying?
So speaking of that,
Speaking.
because you are a comedian and
Yes.
you've been doing this forever.
Yes.
So you come from the era where you can say what you want to say. People weren't as sensitive.
Right.
So speaking of that, and then we got to talk about Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
How do you feel about his new special and what he had to say? And he is getting backlash, but how you feel?
Well, I believe that first backlash is good because that means he did his thing. You don't always have to agree with the comic.
Right.
Just go on that experience. We know Chris from Big and Blacker, Bringing Pain, everything.
Never
so
scared.
he never scared.
That's
He
right.
did what we needed him to do, and he took the time. He went around the country. He polished the set.
Yeah.
I'm glad he didn't just start talking about it off the riff.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and some of the topics only he could do. You know what I'm saying? So he did what he was supposed to do. I think he opened the door for Eddie to come back. He opened the door for Steve, for everybody, for all of us, because you live streaming all over the world.
Right.
So I can be in any comedy club and give me the bag, open the briefcase like Hawaii 5-0, and let's live stream this,
Yeah.
and let's bring comedy clubs back.
Right.
I'm not even worried about the language because what they did was they live streamed a nightclub set.
That's right.
That's the experience.
So you know you weren't getting the beeps. They didn't edit
No.
anything
Nothing.
out, right?
Right.
I have said stuff. I have said stuff. I've got caught in stuff. I know that if I get caught in something, I come to the street. I come to the Breakfast Club. I come to Steve Hart. I come to anybody's show, and we clean it up for the
Right.
culture.
Right.
But also, you gonna get a little heat for certain things, and he did what he did, and he did it in Baltimore.
What you guys think of it? I gave him like a B-.
Why B-?
Wow.
Yeah, because I felt like it was so long. It was so long for it to come out. It took a year for him to respond.
Yeah, the polish it.
But
You had to
that's
get it
right.
right.
That's what comedians do, though.
I know,
just
I know
healed
that's
from
what
the
comedians do,
slap.
but I
Yeah.
felt like because it was so long, he had to over-deliver. And so, whereas the material was good, the material wasn't bad. It was just like out of that whole set, it was 7 minutes on Will Smith, and I think that's what everybody tuned in for.
But I think that was the problem. I think having that expectation that I want to see Chris talk about Will made you disregard all the other great stuff that he said.
I
I don't think it disregarded it. I mean, you can't. It was the elephant in the room. You had to acknowledge
Well, we
that.
knew he was
It
gonna
was the
acknowledge it.
biggest.
But didn't somebody
He
do
had
who
to
did
save
the
it for the
hour
end.
set?
Marlon
Marlon
Wayans.
Wayans did an
Marlon Wayans.
hour on it, and it's a different experience.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but I think to me as a comic, I'm gonna take all the time I need to polish the joke. So when I get to the
Right.
destination, but also I'm this is a production. So if I was in the club, I can ad lib, move jokes around, in, out, add words. But this is still a production that's being live streamed. So I think what he did was amazing. That only Chris Rock could do it.
Absolutely.
And even
the only
teasing
one
it
that
throughout the special, he
That's
kept going
right.
like,
Yeah.
I don't need another mad rapper.
That's right.
He was stringing
That's
you
right.
along.
He was
I wanted more though. I wanted to really, because I think too, Will Smith had already come out a couple of times already talking about it. So I wanted some of that response to it. But I mean,
What
look,
more
at the-
did
Don't
he
you
have said?
appreciate that he had to make it a mic drop moment?
Yeah.
I
You
thought
know,
he made it a
couldn't have
mic
been in
drop
the-
moment.
It had to be a mic drop moment. And let me tell you this. That slap was personal.
Yeah.
All right. He's a comedian. He
Say
did get
that.
up there and he made it into
Say
a joke.
that.
Yeah.
But if you are watching it, you felt one of them bitches land in a personal way.
Yeah, no,
so
he
I
fought
think
back.
he
That was his
saved
way
it
fighting
because
back.
he didn't even want to he didn't want to fall out of character with the other jokes. So he left it for the end. So if in case he got a little emotional, it could be there. He could drop the damn mic and be done.
I thought he
But
dropped
did
it.
y'all-
I thought he dropped the mic because he messed up, and so he ramped it up. If you go back and watch it again,
He messed
he
up.
had to ramp.
But
He
he
came
did.
back.
He came back.
He
Yeah.
came back, but he had to
That's
ramp
true.
it up, and then had to end
but
it with more
that's
anger,
a lie. That's
just
a
to put an
live.
exclamation. That's
That's
how
a
I
live.
saw it.
That's a live performance, and a live performance. You streaming a live performance. We mess up on the talk all the time,
Right.
reading
Yeah.
the prompter
Right.
and doing things. So we don't get to come back into it. So he had to do what he had to do. But here's my feeling of it. When he talked about when the situation happened with August Alsina, and he tried to reach out to him as a man because that was the dude that he looked up to, and he didn't call him back. So something's going on all in that dynamic. But we all family. If something was happening to me, I want y'all to reach out to me and go, Cheryl, you good? Real talk, like y'all did. Everybody did, because we family. That's why I think Chris was so open to him when he walked toward him. He didn't think he was about to get slapped.
Right.
You know, but y'all men, y'all grown men. Come on, man. You as big as you are, you gonna let a dude I am?
Yeah, well, he
Man,
wouldn't have
without
came
the
that
baby
close, though.
powder. Without the
came
baby
that
You
close.
probably would have let him come that close if that was your brother. Like you didn't think he would have did it. Like if I'm doing something, Charlamagne's walking up to me, I'm just thinking that's Charlamagne. He gonna say something
Right.
stupid on the mic.
Right,
I'm
right,
not
right.
thinking he gonna
Oh, yeah, I
snuff
got
me,
you. I
know what
got
mean?
you. Right.
And
No, that
he
makes
is
sense.
at the Oscars. He's on one of the
Yeah,
biggest
yeah.
stages ever.
He did
I
that
don't give
one.
a damn what you think. When he got on that stage, he had no idea he was gonna connect to his face.
Right, right.
He
Now,
didn't
can
know
I tell
that.
you what I want to have happen? And I think you can facilitate this, or they can come on the talk on CBS and
That's what
Paramount
they-
Plus. I want them to squash it.
Me
I
too.
want them to
Me too.
shake
Yeah, me
hands.
too.
I want them to shake hands and
Absolutely.
squash
Yeah,
it and
me
go,
too.
my bad, your bad, and then squash it with Jada. Let's just squash it and then get on to making these
I mean,
bags.
they even now. If I'm Chris, I wouldn't talk to you either for a year because I got a special coming up. So I got to
There
get
it
this
is.
material.
That's
out.
right.
You ain't gonna step on this material.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And you ain't gonna catch us chopping it up, and then
That's
they go,
right.
oh,
But let
they
me ask you,
cool with each other.
You know, Chris, do you think Chris would resolve? Because the way it felt, it didn't feel like he would ever want to resolve it with
I think
Will.
in time they will.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you're older now, you're more mature.
Yeah.
And you can do it right on the top
Yeah.
of
Even though he called him
CBS and
bitch like
Paramount
19,
Plus.
he's stupid. Even though he called him bitch 19,000 times, called his wife a
That
bitch.
was the only way he
That's
could fight
just
back. That was his.
emotion.
That was
That's
his
just
slap back. That was
emotion.
his
But
slap back because that was the only way he could
language.
respond.
That's
Yeah.
club language. You know, it killed me when people get sensitive about it. Who you calling?
Sure, where you going? Let me ask you a question. One more question for you. One real quick question.
I got to
know
make
you
a
gotta
run.
go.
What?
I want to say the real ended last year, right? The real ended last year.
Yeah.
The View is still going. I want to know what separates the talk from shows that follow the same formula? Like, why is the talk still here?
We don't have to, and don't. I'm not speaking about anybody else's show because I love The View. I don't think I would be here if it wasn't for Sherry Shepherd helping me get in Joy's Comedy Corner and doing 2 political sets. And I think that's where you see Sheryl Underwood, who's a nightclub performer, Def Comedy Jam, BET Comic View, now on a panel and being the longest running person on a panel on CBS, right? Nobody would have expected that. But that's because the door was open for me. Whoopi, Sherry, Lonnie, everybody. So what separates the difference is we can talk about anything. We just don't have to be polarizing about it. Right. We can talk about male-female relationships. We can talk about sports, politics, what's going on in the day, entertainment. We just don't have to go that far with it. And I'd like to see us do some different things. And if the Lord let us stay on, then we will be doing things like that. But when you're talking about panel shows, look at how news has changed. There are more panels and more banter. So when you want good conversation, the destination is the talk.
Yeah.
They gotta go, guys.
It's conversation over confrontation.
I was holding my purse because I thought I was about to get romanced, and since he's not here, I'll be leaving.
I'm gonna connect you with Drewski. Akbar said it's conversation over conversation.
I would go on a date.
Film it, please.
I'll go on a date.
I'm gonna
make
need
that
you.
happen.
I want to see it.
I would go on a date.
gonna
What
make
he
that
like to
happen.
eat? What he like to eat?
Everything.
Popeye chicken
Everything.
sandwiches.
Hit big boy. Hit big boy.
Well, you know, but that's later possibly. I don't know. I don't know if my insurance covers.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get these $1 billion checks. How can I be down? When am I coming back? Nobody ever calls me and go, "Hey girl, I need to talk to you in the break room. Let me get $1 billion, Bill Gates. What's happening?" It never happens for me. Charlamagne, can you find me somebody?
Drewski, I got you.
Yeah, but what if that don't work out?
It might work out.
I need somebody with money.
They gotta go. They got a live TV. They gotta go.
Live TV. Akbar, Nigerian.
Yeah.
Do Nigerian mini bungie?
Of course, man. We're Nigerians.
Where your man from?
No,
Portia?
no.
Portia, where your
Trying to
man?
get in my
Where
bed.
your man from?
My man is from Nigeria. He is a Benin.
Is your man-
He's from the Kingdom of Benin.
Oh, okay.
The kingdom.
Okay, Nigerian, huh?
Yes,
My people
he
from
is.
Ghana.
Yeah.
And I am Yoruba.
I'm Yoruba. What do you know? Bawoni.
Oh, my brother.
Oh,
Y'all stole Joe Lafayette from the Ghanaian people. Just like
don't you bring that nonsense here. You better not bring that nonsense here. It is our jollof rice. Everyone knows it's our jollof rice.
I don't know what it's got. Akbar, Sheryl Underwood, thank you for joining us. I know y'all gotta go.
watch the talk on CBS.
It's the Breakfast
Jollof
Club.
rice.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.